Hi, it's Martina. So, today we're going to be talking about cycles and patterns and the cycles and patterns that we go through in life. So, when I was younger, and maybe many of you had this as well, I kind of viewed life as having like your ups and your downs, right? Like you have your ups and you have your downs. You have your highs and you have your lows. It's almost like a roller coaster. This is something we even hear. And so this is a very common belief. And but then when I was it kind of got into my teenage years and into early adulthood, I think I still carried that belief. And what happened was when I would have those lows, and sometimes those lows would feel like they were so long, and I was just always sad. I almost viewed myself as a sad person having those happy moments. And I would look at these people that seemed to live up here, and I would want to be like them. I would almost view it as a destination. Like I would want to arrive at happy and then be happy ever after, or I would arrive at successful and be happy or successful ever after and have money forever after. I mean, it was just like I had all these views of where I wanted to be and thinking of it as a destination point. I started to grow up a little bit, and I started to meet some of these people and really get to know the ones that I viewed up here. And I realized, you know what, they still have challenges too. They have days where they're not as happy. So they have happy and sad days too. It's just what they do and the way that they pull themselves out and they try and they get back there faster. And, but then I started to realize after getting to know these people and really then just having life experience happen, I started to see some of the same patterns repeating in my life. And I realized, you know what, life is not like a roller coaster with these ups and these downs. It's more like a circle or a cycle. And then I started to think, oh, this is what it's like. Oh, here I am. I'm going through a cycle. And there's even patterns of this in nature, right? We have our spring, our summer, our fall, and our winter. We have our day, our noon, night, midnight. I mean, life is full of cycles, and nature is full of these cycles. And then, and this really helped me. Like, I started to be able to not feel like when I'm in like my winter or I'm feeling abandoned, depressed, or if I'm having a hard time, then I'd start to think, oh, you know what? Spring is coming. It's not going to last forever. And I started to learn those tools that would help me go through the cycles faster and not dwell in that one, horrible part of it for very long. And these tools are effective and they worked great. So then I started to see also that not only that did some of these patterns come around again and again, there were times where I felt like I felt like I had accomplished something, or I finally figured out how to break, that particular cycle, or I've been able to, come out of depression and I don't have that anymore, or, relationships or whatever. I could find these things that would help propel me and help me get to those higher points faster. And I think, oh, I arrived, not necessarily arrived as in the old way of views, but I would think I figured it out. I figured out that cycle. And then because of this, then I started to realize, sorry, I have my cute little girl in the background. Hi, sweetie. Okay, derailed my thought. But, so what I started to realize there is that these challenges, sometimes the very challenges that I felt like I had overcome already in my past, they were revisiting still, but sometimes they were amplified and they were bigger and they were harder. And I thought, oh my gosh, did I not figure it all the way out? They're still coming around, so there must be a lesson here for me to learn. So then, and here's what I wanted to really share with you today, is that our life and the patterns and the cycles that we go through are not really even, they're not the ups and downs, but they're not even just the circles of going like this, although we do go in cycles and patterns. It's more like this, and I want you to imagine this circle flipped down this direction, and I want you to think of maybe like a vortex, or even like kind of the swirling wind pattern of a tornado or something, where it's more going in cycles, but it's a vortex. Now I want you to think of life more like this. You still have your same cycles and patterns, but every time we circle through them, we learn something new. We grow from it, we learn, and the lessons that we learn, if we don't learn them fast enough, then it can feel like this. Feel like we're just spinning our wheels, right? That's even a term. You feel like you're spinning your wheels just in the same place. You're not moving forward. You're not growing or learning. It just feels like the same old junk that keeps happening over and over. Maybe it's the same relationship patterns. Maybe, with a spouse or children or a boss or a landlord or relationship with money. I mean, like you could have the same money patterns repeat and you feel like, oh man, here I am again. But what happens when we take lessons from our challenges and we learn and we grow from them, we start rising up. And so it's like we're elevating every time we learn, and we keep going up and up and up. In a way, we're going through, it's a refining process, and we're ridding ourselves of those lower frequencies and those lower patterns or beliefs in our head or the actions that we do. It's a way that we're ridding ourselves through this refining process of any like negative things that we don't want. So yes, those challenges can feel like they're actually bigger and harder than they were before, because in a way they kind of are. As we learn and grow, we're kind of elevating ourselves. We're leveling up, if you will. And so the problems level up. And so then as our problems level up, so do the lessons, and so does the refining process for us. They also help us level up. And I really just view this as like this is a way to reach the higher realms, right? This is to prepare us spiritually and physically and mentally for greater things and for higher truths, for higher vibrations, and to help us transcend these problems and reach to the next level in life. So wherever you're at in your life, I want to hear it. In fact, you know what? Feel free. I want to hear from you. Let's get some conversations going, some dialogue, some comments, some questions. Do you see the patterns in your life? Do you see the same things repeating? And are you spinning your wheels and feel like you're kind of getting stuck, or are you learning from them? What lessons are you learning? Are you growing and raising yourself to those higher realms and higher frequencies and transcending those problems? What are you learning? So I want to hear from you and, see if you can see this as well and where you're at in it. And it's not a very pleasant process sometimes to go through these cycles and to be refined, but wow, the rewards are so great. And it is how we reach the higher dimensions, and we're all in this planet, we're all connected. So as we each do this together, if we can support each other and understand these principles and assist each other, then we can elevate the entire planet and we can help inspire others to do the same. So I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Okay, we'll see you next time. Thanks.